I have found some amazing success personally with some remedies, natural remedies that I've used for reducing the signs of aging on the skin. And I'm like, I'm sure you're thinking, aging, she looks like she's 25, right? Uh-huh. But I'm almost 40, and the conversation just really starts to change a little bit if you're in this place. So if you're in your 20s, you're probably not on this little segment because you think you're going to look that way forever. And I hope you do. But there's just life just changes you a little bit. And I believe that God designed us perfectly. I know the aging process and the graying process is his plan for sure. But I do think as women specifically, we should feel really good about the skin that we're in because of the way that we treat ourselves. And a lot of that is the way we talk to ourselves emotionally, but it's also about what we put inside of us and even what we put on our skin that honors the way God designed us. And when we do that, I have personally found we can really slow the process of aging on our skin. And I just can't wait to show you this. But I have to give you a little like disclaimer. This next slide is very vulnerable for me. And anyone that knows me knows I do not like this vulnerability aspect of why I keep getting pinned to this class. But it's so important that you understand. I do believe that your beauty comes from inside. I really do. But there was a moment 2 years ago, almost to the day, it was the very end of August, when I took this picture on the left, a selfie of myself outside of my house. My kids are over here on their first day of school. We're taking pictures like we normally do. And I turned that camera around. You know, you just always go and like look at the picture you took. And I went, whoa, that's the oldest I've ever felt in my life. And obviously, I was the oldest I had ever been in my life in that moment. But it was like that, it was just such a weird moment where I thought, I've never felt like I could see age on my skin. So, this is the skinny class. So, you already get to see the results of what happened over the next few months. We're not going to like drag you on here, but you can see a little bit of the timeline. So, that picture was taken August of 2022. In October, I was in convention with doTERRA. They released a new MetaPower line, which I'm going to talk about one piece of it today, the Advantage Collagen. And I started implementing that pretty regularly. In November, I introduced a DIY serum, which you're going to get the recipe for. It is a life-changing recipe. And then early in March, I started 2 other products. And after that, an activity called Gua Sha. And I'll show you that as well. But look at the picture on the right. That is March of 2023. There is no touching of this like airbrushing or what do they call it, filtering of this photo. If there was, I would get rid of some of that acne scarring on the bottom of my chin. Trust me, because don't necessarily want you to see every little piece of my skin that close. This is the exact same picture. I stood in the exact same spot right in front of my house. And because I knew you wouldn't believe me otherwise. Is that not remarkable of what God has created that we can utilize for our benefit? So what are those pieces? MetaPower Advantage is a big piece of it because of the way that our bodies are designed and the way that we stop producing collagen as we age. Collagen is what fills in the cracks between our fascia in our skin, but it also helps support our ligaments and our joints, our hair, all these things. That if our product was just collagen, it would be probably considered a beauty product because most people are using collagen for hair, skin, and nails. doTERRA's is that for sure, but it's a whole list of other ingredients that takes our product so we can say it's collagen and the biggest part of that is the NMN that's in this product, nicotinamide mononucleotide, something like that. The registered nurses are probably rolling their eyes. I'm like probably not even close to that pronunciation, but the point of it is that it's the precursor to energy in the body. And so I love this early in the morning, but I also love it midday because of the way that it just almost shocks my mitochondria into action. Like, okay, hello, let's get back to that energy production life. I know you're almost 40, but we can do this. That's what my collagen is saying. But also the liposomal vitamin C, the resveratrol, the sea buckthorn, rose apple extract. If you've checked into any high level skincare products, they always have hyaluronic acid and biotin. These are ingredients that absolutely nourish the skin, but nourish the body. And so I just do a sachet a day. Some people do more, but I find that that is enough. Now, not every day, maybe I miss a day or two, but this is a very consistent process for what the changes that I've seen in and out. Now, here's the serum that I'm using. So I'm doing this twice a day. You can do it once if you'd like, but I'm so obsessed I can't do it once. In fact, sometimes in the middle of the day, I kind of want to do another dropper of it because it's so great. I just had a customer this morning. She's on this call. She's like, this recipe is so great. I've never had anyone tell me that it wasn't. So either y'all just aren't telling me, or seriously, every person I've introduced this serum to in the last 2 years is obsessed. So screenshot this recipe because you have to have it. You can put it in a base of any kind of carrier oil, but these essential oils are specifically designed to deal with inflammation, skin tone, increased collagen production. Did you know that? Yarrow Palm is a collagen producing duo that you can use on your skin, and you can even take it internally. It's full of antioxidants. That's why that amazing vanilla is in there, and the frankincense and all of that, and then massive hydration. I don't find that I really need a whole other lot of products on my skin when I'm using this serum. Now, here's something that you might not be familiar with, and this was definitely a huge piece to reducing the aging lines in my forehead that you saw the difference of, and it's a product that is not a part of doTERRA. Now, we know other things outside of doTERRA. You hear us talk a lot about doTERRA, but there are other companies that are amazing, that are natural based, and so hopefully we'll continue to share those. One of them is Frownies, and they've put together a product that's been around for like 100 years, a long time. Maybe this is new to you, but it's not new to the world. They're called facial patches, and they use just like a splint type holding of these craft papers that hold your fascia in place so that while you're sleeping, your muscles can be retrained. So it's amazing. Now, when you saw that before and after picture, that's a difference of 2 weeks of using these Frownies. Now, leading up to that, I was doing all the underground work with the collagen and the serum and all of that, but this definitely was the icing on the cake, using to smooth and soften those wrinkle and expression lines. So if I didn't have makeup on, I would show you this morning, but because in our full class we do, but they're just little craft papers that we're tearing up with a little natural plant-based adhesive on the back, and we're layering them in a like a little cast on the forehead. Interesting, right? If you need the full class on this, which you do, I have it recorded and we'll get it out to you and you can learn a little bit more. The last piece of this is gua sha. And so I leave it at the end because that was not part of my story with the before and after pictures. This is something I started implementing afterwards. And these two women on the screen are the real experts of this conversation. They're just not able to be here to explain it to you today. But I want you to look into gua sha because it is an amazing way to help increase circulation on the skin. You probably know that I'm obsessed with the lymphatic system. Our lymphatic system is what moves toxins and fluid through our body. It increases when we're sick for the right reasons because it's moving all of that gunk out. If you have allergies, you're experiencing the lymphatic system trying to do its best work, but it doesn't move on its own. So that's why we're always encouraging you to drink water, to move your body, massage, all of those things move the lymphatic system. Well, so does gua sha. Gua sha is a beautiful little stone that's really common practice over in other areas of the world. So that's where the gua sha is from. But it's a stone like this. You can get them off of Amazon. doTERRA sold these for a little while. If you want to do me a big favor, you would send an email to doTERRA, products@doterra.com, and say, where's the cute little doTERRA gua sha? Please bring it back. We need it. This is crucial. And then I would love you forever because I think they need enough feedback to make that happen. But this is a specific motion that happens over the skin in very specific ways, which I can't go through today, but I can get you a link to the video of it where you're actually moving that fluid, that fascia all along the skin in a very systematic way to help break up that stuck fascia. I want you to remember this. Wrinkles are just stuck fascia, and we can do a lot about it. It doesn't have to mean Botox, which actually is a toxin injected into the skin that can have 1 out of 6 people have complications from. That isn't your only option for natural aging. All of these pieces together can make a huge impact, and I hope that my story inspires you to really consider what nature has to offer to support our aging, make us feel good about our skin, but also respect the process because we're all going to get older. We're all going to age. But what if we can do that in a way that we feel great about ourselves and the way that we're taking care of us? What do you think? Are you all, we need a big gua sha party some morning, don't you think? We all wake up together and do our gua sha together. We need to make that happen.